All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we dive to this lesson, giving no honor, no glory, no infinite praise is due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. That was a great understanding of the apostle. We teach them well. Peace, salutations to those for elect that scattered abroad like the other nations. Shalom, shalom, and shalom to the sincere Akim that's out there making a body a living sacrifice by going out there on the highways, byways, and hedges, by making a calling and election assured, by proclaiming the true gospel and the truth, okay? And the shalom to the sincere Aquathium, a few sisters out there that reverence your husbands, being a pillar of rest, keep doing so to those who may be, okay? Yahweh, as being the Heavenly Father, which the world ignorantly calls God, which his name means he exists, he's the Ancient of Days. Bahashem, meaning in the name of Yahushua, being the only God and Son of the Heavenly Father, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, which his name means he is the deliverer. Who is he the deliverer for the children of Israel only? Okay? Give me a sec. Right, kind of slack you. But today's lesson basically is going over, okay, what is the fourth kingdom to rule at the end? Okay, let me put that up in there. Okay, slack you. Okay, but basically this kingdom, what is the fourth kingdom to rule at the end, okay? And basically what we're going to go through is basically go through the Daniel, the 2nd and 7th chapter, and link it up with 2nd Ezra, the 11th and 12th chapter, because, you know, there was a kingdom that was promised to rule when Yahushua makes his return, okay? And just to sum things up, but, you know, to prove things with the scriptures, because the scriptures say prove all things, you know, just proving that yes, the current empire that we're in, which is the Neo-Roman Empire, which Neo means new, and this current empire, which is the reprisal of the ancient Roman Empire, is reincarnated into today, okay, and we are living in it. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and dive into it. You know, and Lord willing, this is edifying to those who may watch. Okay, so kicking it off, we're gonna go to Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Daniel, the 2nd chapter, chapter 4, chapter 2, and verse 40. Well, 40 and 42, Salakia. And if you know the breakdown of the statues, basically talking about different kingdoms, because the 2nd chapter and 7th chapter links up, but going to the 40th verse, okay. So starting this Daniel chapter 2 and verse 40, and it says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, as the iron that breaketh all thieves shall it break in pieces and bruise." Okay, so this fourth kingdom is the Roman Empire. Okay, and the reason why it says is references iron, because the Romans, they use iron to make their weapons. Okay, and their military might is very, very strong, okay? Verse 41, "And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay, part of iron, and the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay, okay? Because this kingdom is partially weak and partially strong, and it is divided because, look at the different kind of quarrels that go on within the society, okay? You got um, race wars, you got Edomites on Edomites, crime, okay? You got straight versus crooked, if you know what I mean, you know. So this place is partly strong and partly weak, okay? Because what did Yahweh Shah say? How can Satan cast out Satan? Okay, that's how you know a kingdom is falling when they are casting. They are basically going against each other, which this kingdom is going against each other. It's at odds. Okay, verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partially strong and partially broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, as iron is not mixed with clay. In the days of these kings shall Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as thou sawest the stone, right here is the point. For as for as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, and the clay, and the silver, and the gold, and the great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure. Now this stone that is cut out of the mountain is speaking about Yahweh Shai. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is going to come back and rent these people of their kingdom. Okay, and then that's prophesied to happen. Okay, so that's why once again, keep this in mind. This 45th verse. Okay, and this fourth kingdom, because we going to basically expound on how this is the fourth kingdom that is meant to rule in the final days. Because once again, the fourth kingdom is the Roman Empire. Okay, we are currently in the Roman Empire because it's been brought back, it's being reincarnated. That deadly wound that it suffered is healed. Okay, all right. Going to Daniel the 7th chapter in verse 7, because Daniel the 2nd chapter and the 7th chapter links up, okay, because it talks about the same thing, but once again, it's expounding on it, okay, and it's throughout the scriptures of these kingdoms that the Israelites were meant to serve up under, okay. And it says, and after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, that had great teeth, great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the root. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and mouth speaking great things. Okay? Now, this fourth kingdom, once again, is talking about the Roman Empire. Okay? And when it talks about the iron teeth, it's talking about the military might. Okay? Because when you go into Isaiah 63, okay, because once again, this is the Roman Empire reprised, okay, brought back, okay. Isaiah 63, when it says, when it talks about who's this that coming from Edom, okay, when Yahweh Shah makes a return and he started taking down these devils, okay. Verse 6, it says, and I will tread down the people in my anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth, right? Talking about bringing down that military might, because once again, this is the Neo-Roman Empire, basically the reprisal of the ancient Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire was known for their military might. Okay, yes, Babylon's military is strong. Okay, but at the same time, that's why we're gonna need divine intervention to take down this devil. Okay, for you jakes that's trying to, take up arms and try to go against this devil yourself. You're going to literally get yourself killed because the Yahushua said, wait upon me till I rise up to the prey, because the Lord said he's going to bring down their military might, okay? That's why it says, and I will bring down their strength. What is America's strength? Their military might, okay? When you take out the military, you take over the country, okay? And that's what Yahushua is going to do in the latter days. He's going to take down each individual kingdom, okay? Taking out their rulers, taking out their military might, okay? Because that's how a general takes over a country, okay? He takes out the military might, then takes over the country, because Yahushua is going to come back as a conqueror, okay? And he's going to rent you devils of your kingdom, okay? That's why it says, upon his head I see many crowns, okay? That's talking about Yahushua taking down these different kingdoms, okay? All right, so kind of that's it on that. Now we just got Daniel the 2nd chapter and the 7th chapter. Now it's going to, how is this though? How is Roman? How basically the question that might get asked, that people might ask, how is this the Roman Empire brought back? Okay, the answer there, you go into Revelation the 13th chapter. Start at verse 1. And it says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. Okay, they're just talking about the 7 kingdoms that's within the NATO. Okay, that's the 7 kingdoms that's in the NATO. Okay, bear with me real quick. Slovakia, that's talking about the European economic, the European economic community. Okay, that's what that's talking about. I think that's the EU and the NATO. I think Slovakia, because the NATO is this beast system. Okay, verse 2. If brothers correct me if I'm wrong, Slovakia. In verse 2, and it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and he sat in his seat in great authority. Now, when it talks about the leopard, we know that was talking about Alexander the Greek, but his feet was like the feet of the bear. Who's the modern day bear? That's talking about the Russians, because the Russians going to take down America, they going to take part of America's destruction. Okay, when the thermonuclear missiles come over. Verse 3, then it says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. His daily wound was healed. Okay, and that's talking about, once again, the revival of the Roman Empire. That's what that's going into. Okay, so that's the answer to the question on how is this the 4th kingdom, and how did the Roman Empire come back? Because it says, and I saw one of his heads, and were wounded to death, because it was the Roman Empire fell. Okay, but now it got reincarnated. Now it's back to this. Now we are living in that Roman Empire, because this is the 4th kingdom that was going to rule when Yahushua makes his return. Okay, and it says that his daily wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Okay, so that right there, going into, once again, the Roman Empire being reincarnated, because we are in that beast system to this day. Okay. Slovakia. That's it on that. Let's get 2nd Esdras, the 11th chapter. Now we finna tie this all in on how this is the Roman Empire. This is the 4th kingdom meant to rule at the last day. Okay, this is 2nd Esdras 11. You start at verse 36, and it says, Then I heard a voice which said unto me, Look before thee, and consider the thing that thou seest. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out the wood, And I saw it, and he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee. Okay, who's this lion that's chased out the wood? It's talking about Yahweh Shai, of course. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is going to come back as a conquering lion. Okay, going back to this, I'm gonna get it once I finish reading 12, the chapter, Salakia. So it says, Hear thou, I was talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Art thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the earth, over the world, with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth, with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth for the earth has thou not judged with truth, right? And once again, this is the Roman Empire, the fourth beast, okay? That links up with Daniel the second chapter and the seventh chapter, okay? Those four kingdoms that was mentioned, okay? And this Yahweh Shai is returning in the fourth kingdom, okay? It's because Yahweh Shai died in the Roman Empire, and he's coming back to visit the Roman Empire, and he said he's not going to visit this kingdom as a man. Okay, he's coming back with an angelic body. Okay, so this is how you can link this up with Daniel the second chapter, Daniel the seventh chapter, Revelation 13, because this is the revival of the Roman Empire which we are living in now. Okay, and it says, For thou hast not judged the earth in truth. Right, just look at the things that's going on right now. Okay, this earth is not being ran in truth; it's being ran in lies, man. Okay, we are under wicked oppression. The Israelites are, man. Okay. Verse 42, For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellers of them that brought forth fruit, and cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore, as thy wrongful dealings come up to the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty, the highest also looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations were fulfilled. And therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body. Meaning Yahweh Shai is talking about the destruction of this current beast system, okay? Because Yahweh Shai is going to take down this beast system, okay? That's why I said, Appear there no more eagle, thy horrible wings, feathers, malicious heads, hurtful claws, and vain body, okay? Because this beast system is going to be destroyed by Yahweh Shai, okay? In verse 46, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her, and that she supposed to represent Israel, okay? And going to verse 12, okay? Starting in verse 1, And it came to pass, whilst the lion spake these words unto the eagle, I saw, and behold, the hand that remained and the four wings appeared no more, and two went unto it and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and filled of uproar. And I saw, and behold, they appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. Then awakened I out of the trouble of the trance of my mind, and from great fear, and said unto my spirit, Lo, this hast thou done unto me, and that thou searchest out the ways of the highest. So right, Yahweh Shai, once again, is going to destroy this current system. Okay, now going down verse 9, just to prove that Daniel the second chapter and the seventh chapter links up. Verse 9, For thou hast judged me worthy to shew me the last times. And he said unto me, This is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle whom thou sawest up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel, okay, which is that fourth beast, okay. Now going back to Daniel the second chapter, okay, when it says the lion that's chased out of the wood, okay, that's speaking of Yahweh Shai. Going to Daniel the second in verse 45, gonna read this again to tie all this together, to make this make sense. Okay, for as thou hast sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, and the great power had made known the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Right, and this is Yahweh Shai being that lion chased out of the wood to destroy this eagle, okay, destroy this fourth beast, okay, all right, and to add one more precept, what Yahweh Shai is going to do, going to Revelation 19, in verse 11, and it says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. Okay, who is that? Yahweh Shai. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. Okay, because when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to judge and make war, meaning he's going to take down these different kingdoms. Verse 12, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Okay, once again, the many crowns, Jake is simple-minded, he thinking of a damn pile of crowns on Yahweh Shai's head. No, that's talking about the different kingdoms that Yahweh Shai is going to take down. Okay, that's why I said he judge and make war. And it says that he had a name written that no man knew but himself, and that's going into Yahweh Shai's rank. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, to the chariots, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty Yahweh. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, Kings of Kings and the Lord and Lords of Lords. Okay, it's talking about Yahweh Shai's title. Okay, Yahweh Shai obtaining that ultimate title. Okay, King of Kings and Lords of Lords, because he's going to be the ultimate king under Yahweh and the ultimate Lord under Yahweh. Okay. That it's not talking about a tattoo, okay? Because, Jake is simple. Well, see, this confirms that you can get tattoos because he had a name written on his thigh, King of Kings. Come on, man. No, man. But man, this is going to Yahweh Shai, bringing down this beast system, okay? Which is going to happen in the near future, okay? So, that's been this lesson, basically, what is the fourth kingdom that's going to rule in the latter end, okay? And we are in that latter end, and we are in that fourth kingdom, okay? And we are seeing the destruction of this place slowly but surely, okay? This place is almost at its demise, okay? So with that, I pray and hope this lesson is edifying to those that may watch, giving all glory and giving all infinite glory and all infinite Salakia, giving all praises and infinite glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Till next time, till next video, Shalom, Kwan Sharala, Abadabal.